Look, Donald Trump is a maker, and there is a big consensus that if anyone can move things forward related to Israel and Palestine, it would be Donald Trump. Well, a Riviera for its people. I mean, why not? If it's a Riviera for Gazans, the Palestinians to enjoy, yes. But if it's a Riviera for others to enjoy without the Palestinians, no. Today, the illegal settlers in illegal settlements in occupied land, occupied West Bank, are creating havoc. They are unleashed and they are terrorizing our lives day in and day out. We want the President Trump peace plan to take us to a point where we can become independent. The main issue is that Israel must stop dictating to the world what is acceptable and what is not acceptable.
Hello and welcome. Today we are joined by a special guest, the Foreign Minister of the State of Palestine, Dr. Varsen Shahin. Dr. Shahin, thank you very much for joining us here today. Dr. Shahin, the world has been witnessing trouble in that region for about 2 years now. Now there is talk of reconstruction, there is talk of the Board of Peace led by Donald Trump. We saw the presentation at Davos. But we want to know, what is the view of the people of Palestine about it? Are they on board on these initiatives? What exactly are the concerns of the people?
Well, trouble and conflict in Palestine has been ongoing for the last 7 decades, but it culminated with atrocities in the last 2 years. Atrocities that have been unconscionable, something that this world has not seen for some time. So any attempt on forging peace is very much welcomed. That gives a glimpse of hope for the people, that after so many years of violence and attacks against the existence of the Palestinians, something might materialize. But we want the President Trump peace plan to take us to a point where we can become independent. This is just the first step on saving the lives of people in Gaza, but we want that to be tied with something bigger that would lead to our independence.
Right. India has also been invited to be part of this peace board. It hasn't taken a call yet, so to speak. You know, what would in your view, what should India do? Should it be part of this peace board, or should it take any other view?
Each country can decide on its own. Each country is sovereign, and each country, I believe, would look at its interests and how these interests would be in line with international law, what peace entails, and so forth. And in that respect, I believe India would be taking its decision.
But would it help your cause if India was there?
It would help our cause if what this peace entails and what the end results of this peace entail are clear, and people know what the exact path is and what it will lead to.
Okay. So we also have our neighbor Pakistan, which is part of the peace board. Though Israel has objected to its being on board as a state, as Palestine, as part of the Palestinian Authority. Do you think Pakistan should be on board?
Again, it is for each country to decide what it wants. And the main issue is that Israel must stop dictating to the world what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Mm-hmm. What is acceptable is what meets international standards and what meets international law.
How do you assess India's approach on Palestine, particularly when it also maintains close ties with Israel?
There is absolutely no problem in any country being friendly with Israel and Palestine. I mean, a country can do whatever it sees fit based on its interests. In fact, sometimes being friendly with both sides might be a positive thing, because that country, such as India, can serve as a bridge between conflicting parties. And India continues to support Palestinians in international fora. It's very clear about its outlook on the two states, and it has said it in various events and platforms. It is a two-stater, believes in the existence of the state of Israel and the existence of the state of Palestine.
Okay. Ma'am, coming back to Gaza, what is the situation right now? The world has seen a lot, but we want to know what is happening at this point of time.
The situation is still volatile, albeit we're not seeing the atrocities we have been seeing in the last 2 years. There is a partial ceasefire, and we hope that that partial ceasefire becomes a permanent and a sustainable ceasefire, because only then our people in Gaza can breathe and we can start the immediate relief and the reconstruction efforts. But that would take a lot of support and a lot of work.
About Hamas, do you think it should disarm? Because there have been calls that it should immediately disarm for the next steps to proceed in terms of the ceasefire and peace. Do you think they should heed to this call immediately?
The peace agreement signed with the acceptance of Hamas stipulates disarmament or decommissioning. And for the sake of moving on and for the sake of preserving the Palestinian national project that is of sovereignty and independence, we hope that Hamas comes to terms with the new arrangements and helps everyone to move on.
After the deadly protests in Iran and the crackdown and now the tensions between Iran and United States, how do you see the stability of Iran, and do you worry that this could impact the larger security concerns of the region and particularly the peace process in Gaza?
Any instability in the region is of a concern to all countries of the region. So we would like for conflicts to be solved by international law around tables, but no armed conflict in the region, because it will invariably affect in one way or another other countries, including Palestine.
We're also witnessing some of the Arab nations in a sense prioritizing normalizing relationship with Israel. Do you think that is a cause of worry for Palestine?
Each country has a right to decide on how it deals with other countries. But for me as a Palestinian, the Arab world has a major issue, which is Palestine. And as such, Palestine needs the support of the Arab world. And I believe the course taken by Saudi Arabia is very important, because Saudi Arabia is a very weighty country, not only financially, but it has its position within the Arab world and the world at large. And it has said it very clearly that normalization should take place only after there's a clear path for the peace process, a path that would help materialize a state of Palestine, and then materialization can take place and Israel can be accepted as a normal state in the region. Today, Israel is not a normal state. Once it becomes a normal state, it forges peace with its neighbors, it has secure borders with its neighbors, then normalization can take place.
A lot of attention is on Gaza, but a lot of people do not really, try and ask about the other regions in Palestine. We don't really ask questions about what's happening in, say, West Bank, or what is the situation vis-a-vis the settlers. Now that you're talking to us, would you give us an overview?
Yes, it's important when we speak of Palestine, we speak of one Palestine. It's not Gaza alone, it's not West Bank alone or East Jerusalem. It's one integral entity. If the situation comes down on the Gaza front, the situation on the West Bank is very volatile, because today the illegal settlers in illegal settlements in occupied land, occupied West Bank, are creating havoc. They are unleashed and they are terrorizing our lives day in and day out. Incitement continues, violations of Palestinian human rights continue, living in an apartheid system continues. All of this needs to stop, because all of this is against and in violation of international law and has been denounced by the world. There are so many resolutions at the UN, Human Rights Council, etc., that ask Israel to comply with international law, and Israel has not complied with any resolution so far. So what we need is peace on all of the occupied state of Palestine.
We also saw this period a lot of other countries recognizing the state of Palestine. What was the view, in your government back home when all that was happening?
Well, we believe all countries should be recognizing the state of Palestine, because if any country says it is for international law, for compliance with international law, it needs to come forward and recognize the state of Palestine, because that state is enshrined in international law. So the more the merrier, and we expect that other countries will move forward.
One last thing, you are here for the India-Arab foreign ministers meeting. We know there is trouble back home. What are your expectations from this meeting?
This is an important meeting. It will gather all Arab foreign ministers. We will have an open discussion with India on shared interests, how we move forward, and I'm sure the issue of Palestine will be at the forefront of the discussions.
Before I just end, I have to ask you about what is the Palestinian people's view on Donald Trump? Do the people trust him?
Look, Donald Trump is a maker, and there is a big consensus that if anyone can move things forward related to Israel and Palestine, it would be Donald Trump. And as such, we need to continue voicing our interests, getting it to his ears, that if you want to really forge peace, peace entails the respect of both people, respect the rights of both people, not one people on the account of the other. The Palestinians deserve their state as enshrined in international law. They have suffered immensely for decades, and now is the time to help the Palestinian people materialize that state.
What about his thoughts on turning Gaza Strip into a Riviera?
Well, a Riviera for its people. I mean, why not? If it's a Riviera for Gazans, the Palestinians to enjoy, yes. But if it's a Riviera for others to enjoy without the Palestinians, no.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks a lot for giving us this time.
You're welcome.